Hey guys, welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to learn how to make this spicy chicken sandwich from Costco. It seems like everyone is making chicken sandwiches now, but I really like Costco's because of the cheese buns, so we're going to make it all from scratch and even better. First thing we're going to do is take some warm milk and add our active dry yeast and sugar. Allow it to rest for about 10 minutes and it's going to puff up, which means that your yeast is alive. If you're using instant yeast, you can totally skip this step. Then we're going to get a large bowl and add some all-purpose flour and salt. If you would like, you can also use bread flour, but all-purpose flour is great and that's what I used. Now this is a cheese bread, so we're going to add tons of shredded medium cheddar. You can also use sharp or mild if you'd like, and some grated parmesan, and now we just mix all that up. And by the way, you can definitely knead this all by hand, but if you have a stand mixer with a hook attachment, definitely use that to save yourself some time and effort. So now we're going to take all our dry ingredients and add our proof yeast along with 1 large egg that's been whisked very well and some more warm milk. Of course, if you don't have whole milk, you can go ahead and use 2% milk, or you can even swap it out for just some warm water. Also, for some flavor and more moistness, we're going to add some melted butter. Knead it for about 4 to 5 minutes and the final dough won't be sticky but definitely soft. Now cover it with some saran wrap as well as a moist towel and place it in a warm place until double in size, just like this. Transfer it to a flat surface, that way you can roll it out and it won't be sticky at all, but if you want to, you can add a sprinkle of flour onto your surface. Now Costco sells them as squares, so that's the shape that I'm going with, but you can also make them into rounds. This is how they're gonna look, and the recipe will make about 8 buns. Cover and let those proof again for about an hour until double in size, and then we're gonna brush the tops and sides with some milk. Then we're gonna add some more shredded cheddar on top, as well as a sprinkle of grated parmesan. Into the oven they go at 375 for about 20 minutes, or until they're a deep golden brown, just like this. The cheese on top comes out so nice and crispy, and the inside is incredibly soft and fluffy. Now you know how to make cheese buns from scratch, and that completes part 1, so now we can work on making our fried chicken. We're going to be using chicken breast, but you can also swap it out for thigh if you prefer dark meat. Usually chicken breast is a little too thick for a sandwich as it comes, so we're going to wrap it either in some parchment paper and saran wrap and thin it out. You can either use a mallet, which is a lot easier, or a rolling pin if you do not have one. Then we'll cut the chicken breast in half, so 1 chicken breast will make 2 sandwiches. If we use 2 chicken breasts, we'll make 4 sandwiches. Now we're going to move on to our wet batter, which is going to start off with some buttermilk. To that, we're going to add some yellow mustard along with chili powder, salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, oregano, as well as some pickle juice, which is optional. Then whisk all that up until it looks like this, and we're going to drop our chicken fillets inside and let it sit for about 30 minutes to an hour. The longer, the better. Now we move on to our dry batter, which is going to start off with some flour and cornstarch. Then we add the same exact spices and measurements that we put in the wet into the dry. So add your chili powder, some salt, black pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, smoked paprika, and oregano. If you have dry mustard powder, you can add it to your dry ingredients to replicate the yellow mustard that we put in the wet, but it's not necessary. Mix that all up, and now we're going to add a few drops of the wet batter into the dry to create an amazing flaky texture. Take the marinated chicken and allow any excess wet to drip off, and then we're going to add it into the dry using our other hand. Coat it really well and shake off any excess, and then repeat with the rest of the chicken. Allow it to rest for 10 minutes. In the meantime, heat up some vegetable oil to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then we're going to fry our chicken until it looks golden brown, just like this. Transfer to a wire tray to let any excess oil drip off. Then we move on to our spicy mayo, which literally takes 1 minute to make, and you could prep it ahead of frying the chicken. Just add some mayo and your favorite hot sauce, which I'm using sriracha, along with some chili powder and garlic powder. Depending how spicy you like it, you might need to add more or less hot sauce, and then you just mix until it looks beautiful and creamy like this. Now we assemble, and make sure to brush your buns with some butter and toast them really nice. Add the spicy mayo and tons of pickles, which Costco doesn't add, but it's necessary. Then the fried chicken and the top bun, which also needs a little bit more spicy mayo, and that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss when I upload a new recipe. On that note, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!